Hey Blockheads, this is DJ AK the Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Hey.
Hi there. How's it
3
going?
weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row.
Imagine that.
I know.
Like, who are we?
I don't even know. I really don't.
We're like
really
professional.
The thing is that I just now realized, like right this second, right now,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knew we had an episode this week because I never posted it.
Oh,
Because
and I didn't either.
am
So.
smart.
Well,
So I am going to go post it because it's Friday night. I'm going to go post
right.
it. Be like, hey, surprise. We've had an episode since Monday.
And
yeah.
Probably some people saw it on their feed.
Yeah.
And some people probably didn't.
That's okay.
Totally fine.
That's all right.
Oh my gosh, it's some weekend listening.
People are listening. So cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, snafus happen to everybody.
Oh,
Even
for
Joey
real.
McIntyre.
For real.
You know? Who would have known that the documentary would have been released early?
Who'd have thunk? I was
Who'da thunk?
watching
Yeah.
the live
Mm-hmm.
on his Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and he said something like to the effect of, "Wow, well," and I don't
That
remember
show
exactly what he
business.
said. Right. But I was like, oh, interesting. Like, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But-
will say it was very well done. Very, very well done.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed that I didn't make the cut,
Oh man.
but I had a good time. And you know what? I didn't stay at the party that long at all.
I kind of remember you saying that back
My
then,
feet
although it
hurt
feels like yesterday, but it was a year
so-
ago.
My feet hurt so bad. And while I don't think we ever talked about Carnegie. Let's intro.
Okay.
And let's talk a little bit about Carnegie. And then we have a special, not guest, but kind of guest. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
So,
she is a special guest, but
Yeah.
she's not here with us. It's a recording.
Yeah. It's what we've been telling you guys we want to do.
Right. And it's actually, I think, a really neat format. And this is a good example of like what that might sound like
Yeah.
if someone else wants to do it.
Right.
So let's intro. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever. And it's a
Hey.
block party.
Again.
Hybrid, kind of, because we have
Hybrid,
a couple other
yes.
things too.
It is a hybrid episode, but it's mostly a block party. Yeah. So
Welcome to the block party.
we ain't leaving out nobody. Man, I have been
yeah.
friggin' sick.
Yeah,
Holy
you have.
cow. That like took me for a loop. It's been over a week. I did not have COVID. Thought for sure I did. Like was positive that I did. It was actually worse than when I had COVID last time. So, and Kevin got it too.
Which is
And
crazy
that
it
guy,
was worse.
That guy has never, like
I know.
one time, maybe once, maybe twice, he's ever been in bed for a day.
Yeah.
And maybe the entire day and then some, he was sick. And that made me nervous. And so I was just making sure he was like getting fluids, even though I was like super sick too. It was the body aches. Like in my old age, the body aches. I never had body aches. I don't remember having them. But yeah, that's what it was. So if you hear my
Crazy.
voice is a little like rah, 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 that's why. Yeah. So Carnegie, yes, I don't think we ever did an episode on it. which is fine because we can talk about it now.
Right. I don't think we did.
We may have, but I don't
I
really
don't
recall.
remember.
But I went with Kevin to, did we fly or did we drive? I can't remember
You
now.
drove.
I think we drove to New
I
York
think you were
City.
gonna fly, but it was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it was pretty expensive, and I think that's why we didn't. But it was really cool. It was mostly like meeting up with everybody and having a good time.
Yeah.
We went to a drag brunch, which was amazing. It was freaking amazing. This was before Carnegie Hall. Maria and Jackie like took us all around. It was so fun. Kelly was there, Jill was there, Christine was there, Michelle was there, Amy was there. Lots of people. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to think.
I
Michelle
was not
actually
there.
got up on stage at the drag brunch. They were amazing. They
I
were
love
incredible.
Michelle.
And I had when I sat down, so Christine and I sat together, which was amazing because I miss Christine. I don't get to see her very often. So it was nice for us to spend some time together. And we also had tickets to the after party afterwards. Which they were just letting people in anyway. Like they were like, hey, you get $20, you can come in.
Come on.
Like
Come on down.
which whatever. Hey, the more the merrier, whatever.
Right.
So as I'm sitting there at Carnegie Hall, my phone starts blowing up. Like I start getting text messages from multiple people. It turns out Bryn had like her best basketball game ever. She like hit multiple threes, like it was incredible. And I was just kind of bummed. I mean, I was so excited, don't get me wrong, to be there to see Joey McIntyre at Carnegie Hall. Like that's really exciting. But part of me really wished that I had been there to see that.
Yeah.
And
understandable.
Yeah, and especially now that she's not playing, but the good thing is it was completely televised. And not all of her games were televised. This one was, and the announcers were going nuts. They were like, where's this girl been? Yeah, no shit. Where has she been? Like seriously, where's she been? Yeah, no shit. Maybe ask her coach.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, she had an incredible game and it was just awesome. And it was just cool that the parents were so excited for her. So I was very distracted once I got to the after party, because I was very emotional about like missing it. And my feet, I bought these really amazing boots. They're beautiful, gorgeous boots.
I feel like I was just in your kitchen while you were trying them on and showing me.
That's right.
And I'm struggling to believe that was over a year ago now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it was, but it is crazy.
So yeah, they were glittery and they felt amazing for most of the night. But then like my feet just started to like throb, like really throb.
That's rough.
So Kevin, it was really funny. This is like just a little funny like thing. Kevin loves Pokemon Go. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but it wasn't like he was like checking up on me or anything, because that we don't have that kind of relationship. But he was just walking around so he could get as many like Pokestops as he could. And there happened to be like a ton of them right by the bar that we were at for the after party. So he was just like sticking around and he was people watching because like he saw everybody going. He saw Debbie, he saw John, saw Joe, he saw everybody. Like he was just like
cool.
fly on the wall, like watching it all happen. And I kept saying like, I really want to go. And he's like, no, you need to stay. You need to be with your friends. You're going to regret it because you don't get to see them. And I'm like, I know. I said, but I just like, I'm emotional. Like my feet hurt. I just want to go lay down. Like I'm so tired. And so Joe ended up coming in and going on the dance floor. Or maybe I wasn't even there when he came. I believe I was. And like the dance floor was just like, rawr. And that's just not that's not my forte. That's not my thing.
That's not my bag.
So I was like, that's my cue. I said, I bid everyone adieu. Is that what you say? Like, I
Yeah.
said goodbye to everyone. And then I went, and Kevin met me out front, and I was like, can you carry me? Can you give me a piggyback? And he's like, yeah. I'm just kidding. But he was absolutely ready to give me a piggyback because this is how bad, like, tears were like seriously coming down my cheeks because it hurt so bad. But it was so, like, the experience was really fun. I just wasn't myself that night. I don't know what it was. Uh, it was a different thing. It wasn't like the anxiety, Nikki, that like people have seen. It was just like I felt like I was missing something, and then I did miss something. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think you guys understand. You have kids, they're getting older. There's only so many more of those moments. And I thought, like, did I just choose new kids over my daughter? And of course, she's like, Mom, I want you to go. Like,
Right.
who would have thought, you know?
Right.
So that made it better. And it also made it a lot better that I got to see it, like the whole game, on video.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that was cool.
That you had that
And
opportunity.
I actually recorded it, so I still have it. Yeah, so every time I think of Carnegie Hall, I think of Brennan having that amazing game too, and getting those like text messages like right in the middle. Like my phone's going zzz, and I'm thinking, is there an emergency? Like, did she hurt herself?
Right.
And I didn't want to be rude, like checking my phone, because like it was
Right.
kind of quiet at times. But I'm like, oh my God, like, is there an emergency? Is this an emergency? Yeah, it was an emergency. She was freaking owning the court.
It was a superstar emergency.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So I'm very thankful I had the opportunity of going. I'm so glad I got to spend time with my friends. I did not realize that was going to be the last time that I would do that, for a while, not like ever. But I miss everybody so much. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Holy
Yeah.
cow, I do too.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that today in the cruise. And,
Yeah.
you know, it
Well,
sucks.
you know, as long as everything goes well, Brooke, you and I are on that boat, because I'm sacrificing things left and right so I can be there.
I would just like to
So,
know when.
true.
But as the minute we find out when, we'll have to book it and do
Yeah.
it then.
Yeah.
And that is hard.
Yeah,
That's
but
hard.
you know what? We're cool with an inside room now. Both of us realize we don't give a shit about the room.
I do not care. I do not care whatsoever.
Like, we don't
I
care.
just can't do the ones with like bunk beds.
No, Brooke, come on. Neither
Like
one of
that-
us can. Could you imagine me on the top? No.
Can you imagine me on the top? It would probably come down in the middle of the night.
Stop.
It would probably buckle under the
No,
pressure.
I move too much. Like, I toss and turn too much. I'm going to come
I do
down
too.
on you. I'd be landing on you in the middle of the night.
I do. I flip and flop. I flip from one side to my stomach to the other side, back to my stomach to the side to the other side.
Yep.
It's
So
my poor husband.
I'm glad we have like the king size bed that we do.
Same.
Because it is like the Olympics. It's like I'm just like, and my dogs like to cuddle into my legs, both of them.
Yeah, that's like the cat.
But what happens is my hips like hurt from it. I don't know how to explain it, but they get like.
No, I get it. Anybody that has an animal that likes to sleep in between your legs or like up against your legs or like by your feet, like you get it. I get it.
Right.
Totally. Because we have a cat that likes to do that.
So, again, I can't believe it was a year ago. So cool that he did this documentary, and so friggin' cool that our friend Charlene got a chance to go and experience it and watch it with him, and, you know, have that opportunity.
Yes, the Podumentary.
At the Gary Marshall Theater.
Yes, that is so cool. And Charlene, first of all, I mean, what we should probably, before we talk about it, we should have them listen to it. You guys should listen to it.
Yes.
And then we can, you know, put in our little 2 cents after, because Charlene really explains the experience beautifully.
She really does. She
And
does a
she had
good
a great
job.
experience. So I'm excited for you to listen to it.
So here it is.
Hello, my main ladies. I am giving you guys a recap of the amazing event I got to go to yesterday. It was the Podumentary premiere, directed and made by Adam Ray for Joe McIntyre after his Carnegie show last year. I did not get a confirmation email, but through Blockhead Magic, of course, Melanie, Canadian Melanie, let me know one of her friends who lived on the East Coast got a confirmation but wasn't able to swing it with the airfare and the hotel and all that stuff. And she said, "Can I give her your information?" Yes, please. Give her my information. So she messaged me on Instagram and let me know that Joe was asking for a second confirmation if the people he messaged initially could go. She said she was going to do it and then kind of give a paragraph explaining what's going on, and hopefully I could take her place. So that's what she did, say that, she couldn't make the money work, but could Charlene take her place instead, and send it back. Told her if she got an email that said, "We're choosing somebody else, just let me know." Or if she didn't get any email, then I just was going to go to Burbank and hopefully that her email was enough. Well, on the 12th, I get an email saying from Joe, "Okay, Charlene, this is your ticket. Show this at the door." Holy jamoly. So I get super excited. This is fine. I opened my store on Sunday. I work at Whole Foods, of course. And I got off about 12, and going from Long Beach to Burbank could be an hour. It also could be, with crazy traffic, 2.5 hours, 3. So I just took my clothes I was going to wear to work, changed there, and just drove up to Burbank. And it was Sunday, so thankfully there was no traffic. I was so early. I was the first one there. It's been kind of tricky because I usually wouldn't have gone that early, but with Joe's bourbon room shows and that he was doing in Hollywood, it seems to be, first come, first serve when it comes to seating. So people have been showing up very, very early to the bourbon room shows. So I was a little bit concerned, but I was the first one there. I was there so early, I decided to go across the street to Bob's Big Boy and have some lunch. um, it was cold for us, but not compared to people who have actual winter. So it was kind of brisk, and I just was sitting on a bench near the Gary Marshall Theater, and I saw someone else walk up, and he was the person who worked there. They were changing the marquee for the event for the night. And he mentioned, "Well, we're not going to open the doors till 4, so you're kind of early to her." By this time, it's probably 2:30, 2:45 or so. So she went and she said she was parked on the side, and she went and sat in her car. I moved my car to where the parking lot was, and by that time, there were two other ladies talking to her. And the one in the car, her name was Jeanette, and she drove down from the San Francisco area. The other two ladies flew in from Florida. So that was exciting. And we were just super early chatting it up and talking about New Kids and talking about Joe. So as we walked around the front of the Gary Marshall Theater, they had the side door open, but not the main door to get in. So there's kind of like this really pretty courtyard with a lot of like greenery and flowers and stuff. So we're standing there. There's a few other ladies that show up, so maybe 10 of us or so. And Joe pulls up in his like SUV car with Sean Thomas, and he looks over and we're like, "Hey." I say, "We're kind of early." And he's like, "We're not opening doors yet." And we're like, "It's okay. You need help?" Because, they're like moving equipment. And he's like, "No, I got him," because Sean's there. So they go in, and Joey's wearing gray sweatpants and a gray matching, like, gray sweatshirt. I thought he was going to change, but that's what he ended up wearing the whole night, which is fine. It ended up being very chill. And he popped his head out and mentioned, "I have a lot of merch here and I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to give it away. So get your sizes ready for, whatever it is." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I like free merch. In the meantime, more people started to show up, and everyone was kind of chatty and talkative, and a lot of people flew in from all over the place, like Texas, and people were flying back like, "Oh, I flew in through Texas and I'm going back to Oklahoma." Like it was really all over the place. So Joe's randomness really was pretty darn random. I did see a few people I recognized, like Heather, and then Elle showed up with Jen, and then I saw my baby blockhead friend Charlie, and Darnetta. And so there were some familiar faces, but the majority of people I didn't know until then, because, like I said, we were talking about Joe, new kids. Anyway, so they let us in, and the lobby's there, and he has a lot of his merch from Carnegie. So it's sweatshirts and t-shirts and his postcards and a few other shirts as well. And so we're just kind of going through them and picking our sizes, and everyone's being like super chill. There was a bar, and the bartender wasn't charging for drinks, but we were tipping her. So there was like soda and like a canned cocktail and a couple of different types of wines. And so we're like, this is nice. This is fun. Adam Ray was walking around and taking pictures and talking, and it just was very, very relaxed. They let us into the theater, which was super tiny. I know the interwebs say that it holds like 110 people, but there probably wasn't more than 50 people. It was really, really small. They did come out beforehand and kind of introduce the Podumentary, crack some jokes. Adam's hilarious and Joe's hilarious too. They went back up into the seating, and Adam sat with his wife, his mom, and his stepdad. Joe sat with Barrett, and the kids were there, and we watched the whole thing like you guys all did on YouTube. And it was hilarious. It was great. I didn't go to Carnegie myself, so seeing all the behind the scenes and all of the rehearsals and everything that went with it, I thought it was great. And then afterwards, they decided to do a Q&A, and he had mentioned before that his phone was dying. So he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna go live because my phone was dying. And we all were like, we got chargers. So I was sitting in the front, and as they start the Q&A, which is on Joe's live, on his Instagram, he's like, "Oh, you're going to record it?" And he gives his phone to the girl sitting next to me, and he really did have seriously like super low battery. So she was holding it really stiff, and I was trying to get her to relax. I was like, "Here, sit back, put your arms down," so she was a little more relaxed and didn't get tired. And so I saw how low his battery was, and I stuck my portable charger in his phone so that he didn't lose juice. Um, so they did the whole Q&A, which is on, like I said, Joe's Instagram. And then everything got wrapped up, and he was standing on the stage. He's like, "Oh, I'll take it." And so he takes his phone back. He's standing on the stage, and my charger's still in his phone. And he's like uploading it and saving the live to his page. And everyone's asking, "Oh, are you going to do selfies? What are you going to do?" I said, I just want my charger back. And he kind of laughed. And I said, "No, really, what's your plan? You want to stay here? Or you want to do this in the lobby?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll go to the lobby. Everybody, we'll go to the lobby." So we go back to the lobby, and everyone's been real respectful, talking, taking pictures with Sean Thomas, and you know, um, and doing all that fun stuff. And so he's going around and doing selfies and talking to people. And so when he came to do our selfie, my selfie, we take a picture, and then I ask him, I said, "I got one more thing I got to ask you." I said, "My friend Christine's birthday today." I said, "Could you do a video wishing her happy birthday?" And I'll send you guys the video too, but he does. Um, and then he goes and he takes more selfies with the people. And it was probably there like maybe 30 minutes afterwards. And it just was great. Everyone got their pictures. Everybody seemed to have a really good time. Like I said, it was super relaxed. They could have fit double the people, but maybe I think that's all he wanted was just something real small, local. It's Southern California. He lives here, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to wrap it up. We got to close the whole thing." So that was it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Brooke and Nikki, for letting me take over your guys' Instagram and share the videos I took. But I was very, 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 very thankful to be there. And again, thanks to Laura, who got a hold of me through Melanie. And they were talking about taking it on the road because they had such a fun time. And Joe did say that Adam should do more of these kind of wrap up interviews with people because he's so good at it. And he was so good. So afterwards, I'd run to the restroom and most people were leaving. I said, "That was really good, Adam." I said, "I'm not just saying like, oh, that was good." I said, "It was seriously really good." He's like, "Thanks. I really appreciate that. I really, really seriously, appreciate that." And then he gave me another hug. And yeah, it was great. So that's my story. And I can't wait to hear this on the podcast. And I love you ladies. So bye.
Okay.
Charlene, you are the real MVP for doing that for us. We appreciate it. And
Yes.
you know who else is the real MVP?
Who?
Melanie.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
And
Seriously.
I forgot the name of the girl who
Oh no.
couldn't
that's right.
go.
Yeah, but she is too because
I was just going to say, she is also the real MVP.
hmm hmm
So thank you, ladies, so much.
Yes. And if you want to see the highlights of that, you can go over to our Instagram because I love it when Charlene takes over our socials. It's so freaking cool.
Me too. Me too.
It's-
She does such a good
It's
job.
such a surprise. And she does. She's so good at it, you guys. She's so freaking good at it.
It's like she should be a reporter,
She really should be.
like an entertainment reporter.
Absolutely.
Is that what they're called these days, or is that an old term?
I don't know, but that sounds good to me. I have to tell you, and even Brenna said the same. Like, Charlene has taught me so much about confidence and so many things that she's taught me. I'm so happy that I got to know her when I did, when Bryn was young, because I was able to tell Bryn those things that I needed to hear when I was little because Charlene told me. So,
right.
You know, I'm so appreciative of her. She's just such a beautiful person, inside out, everywhere.
Yes, she is.
And
she really is.
I just feel lucky to know her. Like, I feel absolutely #blessed. I know, but I do.
Well,
I
I'm
know it's corny,
#thankful,
but I am. I'm so thankful that that I can say she's my friend. So
absolutely,
yeah.
And I love when she said, because you guys know Charlene, she's been on the podcast several times.
Mm-hmm.
She has, taken over our socials before.
Yes.
But I love when she says, "I went to work because I work at Whole Foods." Of course. Like, we all know that she works at Whole Foods, and I love it.
Remember when she was in the commercials? Oh, yeah, you guys, I gotta go find them. We gotta find them. We gotta put them on.
We're gonna put them on our
those
website.
Commercials. I was like, that's my friend. That's my friend Charlene.
Me
and
too.
I saw it like on not Netflix, but Hulu, maybe.
Yes, same. I saw it on some streaming thing, and it would like break.
Yeah,
they do that little like 15-second break, and it's a Whole Foods commercial. I'm like, that's my friend Charlene,
right? And I'm like,
she cuts
so
meat.
Freaking cool. She's like those girls that like I don't know. I've never met anyone like her. I've never met anyone like Charlene ever in my life.
No, I don't think I have either. She's just a special person.
Right. There's not like I could listen to her talk for hours. Most of the friends that we have, though, I could do the same. So it's just like, anyway, not to keep talking about Charlene.
You know what? It's just the power of like new kids and blockheads.
That's right.
And this fandom.
That's right.
We all have a common denominator. We're all very different from each other, but you really, you can find your people. You can find your tribe.
That's right. And I'm so glad we did.
Me too. So thank you so much, Charlene, for doing that and for sending that in. It was amazing. You had a great experience. I love that you put your charger in Joe's phone.
Yes. Hello.
I mean, that's very exciting.
I mean, yeah. And also, when she was talking about being cold, all I could picture her was her in her puffer jacket.
Me too.
I'll never forget showing up in May or April in LA, and I was like, I'd be wearing shorts right now, but nobody else is wearing shorts, so I'm not going to.
Right.
It was hot, and she's in a puffer jacket, like brr, and I'm like, whoo, sweating. Like,
it's
60 degree weather. I'm ready to go swimming.
Right. Legitimately.
Yeah. For real. Yes, I would. I did. I have. So, and as soon as we get the heater in our pool, I will be more often. So, we also have a secret that was sent to us via email that we're going to read. Actually, 2 secrets.
We have 2 secrets. So we can each read one from an anonymous submitter.
Yes. And they're hilarious. And so if you guys want to submit them this way too, you can do that too. We're not going to tell you who they are from because these are purely anonymous.
Right.
But these are good, you guys. These are good.
They are.
I'll read the first one.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so you know how teen magazines were always full of NKOTB posters and you only had X amount of money to spend? I would pull posters from some, shove them into the ones I was actually buying, careful not to overdo it and be obvious. Let me tell you, that is genius.
That is genius.
That is genius. I never would have thought of that. Like, so smart.
It is also It is also stealing, but it's okay because you were young and you were resourceful. You did what you had to do.
Right. Tough times call for tough measures.
Which brings us to our next secret, which is equally as resourceful.
Yes.
So they wrote, if I had a cassette tape that I no longer liked, I would pull some of the tape out, twist it a little, and then wind it back up to where it would jam up. I would take it back to the store as not working. I would then get a refund slip and pick out a different tape. Also, resourceful.
I like that. Whoever this was wrote
this person.
She said, "Thank you, Jesus, for dying for my sins." I have to tell you that these are amazing. First of all, thank you, whoever sent these to us. You know who you are. You're hilarious, and we love them. But secondly, speaking of Jesus, I'm in this group called Photoshop Edits. If you guys have Facebook, go find Photoshop Edits. The group is called Photoshop Edits. You will die hysterically laughing at these people and the edits that they do. It's hilarious. But like there was this one woman and she had a baby and she was like, "Can someone please put hair on my baby?" So like somebody gave it the Kate Gosselin haircut, like, like
right. That's funny.
Just hilarious stuff. But there were these like a lot of them were like, I'm gonna tell my dad and it's Jesus. Like this. I'm gonna tell my dad. And then people just
like
started posting Jesus memes. And like, no, this is not offensive. Like, seriously, like, sorry, this is not meant to be offensive. It was Jesus on a clock looking up and it said, "Jesus Christ, would you look at the time?" I will post it. I'll post it on our thing because oh my God, I was dying. I will post all the memes.
It's just all in good fun.
Right. It's all in good fun. So, oh my gosh.
Speaking of Facebook groups, if we're going to talk about hilarious Facebook groups that are kind of random.
Yeah.
Have you seen the cookie cutter identification group?
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's also a Reddit group. It's hilarious.
It kills me. Someone will post a cookie cutter and they don't know what it is. They don't know what the cookie cutter is of. And then people in the comments will fill it in as to what they think it is.
It's so funny.
And it's random stuff. And it is funny. It is funny. So anyway, I joined it. It kept popping up like this is a group you might like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I joined it.
Facebook, you know me. Absolutely.
Which is scary.
Right.
Meta, you know me.
Right. For
me, WTF.
The Photoshop edits had been popping up.
Yeah.
But I hadn't looked at the comments.
Oh, right.
And then my friend Bridget
comments.
posted about it on Facebook. She's a fellow designer and she was like, "This is for everyone. This isn't for people just looking to get their photos edited. Like, this is hilarious. You need to read the comments. So go join. Let us know what you think. And also send us your secrets."
Yes. You can email it. We will not share who you are or just make a burner email.
Right. I've been dying to change a voice too. So
yes.
So that's all we have.
I have a quick story. I have a quick story I have to tell.
I'm ready for it. Let's hear it.
And I will cut to the chase and make the story very short.
Okay.
First, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't listened to our episode, Why Are We Not Dead? It was like our episode 3 or something.
Oh my God, Brooke. Yes, you need to tell the story. I'm so sorry that I totally forgot about this.
And I'm pretty sure that I talked about the young man, supposed young man from the university who I talked to. Anyway, long story short, he found me at work, followed me home. I didn't go home. I went to 7-Eleven because it was a public place and it was very busy. And he got out of the car and he's like, "Do you want anything?" He was like a 45-year-old man.
Not a young man.
Not a 22-year-old.
Nope.
From university. He was
sir.
a 45-year-old man. And he asked me if I want anything. And he went into the store. And of course I said no. And he went in the store and then I hightailed it out of there. Never saw him again. Fine. Or maybe I have, but not like in that, like maybe just out and about town, like whatever. Anyway,
Right.
long story short, cut to Sunday night. I went to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just 2 miles from my house. This closer store was closed. So I went to the one up there and it was not busy. I was the third person in line. There were 2 people in front of me. The gentleman in the front, he quickly got done and was gone. And the woman in front of me was having a problem with her debit card. And she did a couple different transactions. She was taking a while. And she was making small talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of listening, but kind of not. And there was music playing. And I heard her say to him, "Is this you? This is you, right?" And he said, yeah, this is me. And I still wasn't really paying attention. And then I heard him say, yeah, he's going to be in Bangor because it was Bryan Adams' summer of 69. He's going to be in Bangor because he's coming here this spring. But then I realized it wasn't immediate because I wasn't really listening. But then I'm like, this isn't Bryan Adams singing.
Oh,
wait a minute. It's the music. It's like the track. This isn't Bryan Adams. And then I put 2 and 2 together that she said, this is you, isn't it? And he said, yeah. And he was proud. He was singing. It was a recording of him singing the song, like karaoke style, kind of, but it was serious. And he was playing it in the store for people to hear. I don't know if he was trying to get discovered. This is the employee working there.
Mm-hmm.
And the interaction goes for so long that it then goes to the next song, which was She's Like the Wind.
Oh, God.
Again, him singing. He had a full like album that he was playing. And I got up anyway, she left. I'm really trying not to laugh because I don't want to be rude.
Right.
I don't want to be mean. It was something he was obviously very proud of. I don't know why he was playing it in the store. I don't know if they're even supposed to because it's like a chain. Like there's these stores around.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a mom and pop place. But anyway, it's fine. I didn't laugh. I got up to the front, realized the man working at the counter is the man that followed me from the internet. That was not the 22-year-old boy.
And so he's what, like 70 now?
I mean, he's probably like he's in his mid to late 60s. I would say. Anyway,
oh my God,
I made it a very quick transaction and I got out of there. And I went and I got to my car and I snorted. It was so funny. Had I had my phone on me, I left my phone in the car, I would have recorded it. I wish I had, and I kind of want to go back. So anytime, and I do go in the store sometimes. I don't usually go at night, but I when I do next time, I will take my phone and I'm going to try to record it if he's in there. Anyway, I just thought it was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I felt like I was in a sitcom. It was a very Michael Scott thing.
Yes.
Only he was creepy. Like he's a creepy dude.
Yeah.
Michael Scott is not creepy. That's just funny. But anyway,
Scott's tots, I cringe.
Well, that's cringy.
I can't.
No, that's cringy. If you know, you know.
Every time I have a mug that says Scott's Tots, and every time I look at it, I'm like,
I couldn't have the mug.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Whenever I love The Office, and I've seen every episode multiple times.
I have to skip over that.
I've seen it once. I can't. I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's my story.
That was a great
hilarious.
story, Brooke. That was great.
I felt like it wasn't even real.
You bring up a very good point, though, that we also would love to hear your Why Are We Not Dead stories. I feel like we need an episode of this.
I would love that because we shared some of our stories.
Yeah,
we probably have more, but we want to hear yours.
Yes, we want to hear yours. It's enough sharing our stories. You guys know us inside, outside,
right?
Backwards, forwards.
So we want to hear yours. And if you want to keep it anonymous, you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally.
And you can send it in audio. You can type it up. You can email it to us. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Exactly. You can leave it as a voicemail.
Yeah. Just there is a 3-minute limit.
Right. So it's got to be kind of short.
Right.
A short story.
Right.
And the phone number is.
That was a great story. I'm so glad.
What's the phone number?
It's 857-271.
271.
1047.
1047. I know that part.
Yes. Yes.
It's taken me how many years to get that part? So it'll probably be like another 3 or 4.
6, 7.
857-271-1047.
Yeah. And it's a Dorchester number.
Dorchester.
So if I called you, it would say Dorchester.
Dorchester. All right. Yeah. That's cool. Guys, send it in.
Yeah. And that's all we got. But again, 3 weeks. Woo! Woo woo. We're doing good.
That's wild.
I'm proud of us.
That's like the longest streak we've had in like 2 years, probably.
Probably.
Hey.
So we'll keep going. So
yeah, we'll do our best anyway.
I really want to do like a not that I love block parties, but I'd love to do like a regular episode.
Same. So send your secrets.
Yep.
Now that you kind of have an example of what that might look like, I think that's helpful.
Yes.
And why are you not dead?
Right. So that's it. That's all we got. And
that's all.
We'll
happy
see you next
weekend.
Week. Hopefully.
Well, when you hear this, it'll be the week. So happy week.
Yeah. And
we love you.
We'll be loving you forever
and ever.
Bye.
Bye.